Whenever you deploy your Spring Boot application on local, you might have noticed that by default your containerized application gets hosted on Tomcat web server. Though interviewer can ask you that what if I want to host my containerized application to a different web server instead of Tomcat, let's say on Jetty or Undertow. Okay, even if you check the application bootup log, you will find the statement saying that Tomcat started on port 8082. Let's see how easy it is to host your containerized web application on a different web server instead of Tomcat. So here for this example, I will be using Jetty. Okay, so to achieve this, we need to go to the pom.xml file where we just define all the dependencies which is required for our Spring Boot application. Here there is a dependency called Spring Boot Starter Web which has dependency for Tomcat web server. So what we need to do, we need to exclude Tomcat web server dependency from here, from the starter web. So that this is how we can exclude Spring Boot Starter Tomcat specific dependencies from the starter web dependencies. So whenever the jar will be fetched at the class path, basically whatever the jar or the dependency is specific to Tomcat will be ignored. Okay. Now if I want to host my containerized application on Jetty, so I need to add a starter dependency for Jetty as well. So this is how we will add a dependency for starter Jetty. Okay, Spring Boot Starter Jetty. And what you need post this change, what you need to do, you just need to rebuild your project, okay, and restart your application. So once you rebuild, you might see the dependency specific to Jetty will come to your class path, application class path. Okay, if I go and here if I search for Jetty, I can see that all the dependencies specific to Jetty are in place. Okay, now once this is done, what we need to do, we need to re-execute our application. Okay, so let me restart my application. Once your application is started, you will clearly find a log saying Jetty started on port 8082. So this time your application gets hosted on Jetty instead of Tomcat web server.